Hey, good morning, guys. How's everybody doing today? You guys ready for this hump day? All right, I've been typing it in, so let me explain what's going on with this trade you see here. This is, yesterday after the close, I was looking, just kind of looking around, and this stock was pushing up after the close. So I went and looked to see what was going on with it and saw that it got pumped. This was a classic pump yesterday. So as it was, you can see this is the big run aftermarket. And we pulled back and we squeezed up some. And once we made this spike, that's where I got in. And, I only took 100 shares. I'm not, I was looking to hold this overnight because I was expecting it to gap down to here. That's where I was, down to, mid eights is what I was looking for the gap down to be this morning. It started out nice, but then it stalled out. So it's been held up. You're not gonna let it go. It was stuck at 980 forever. The the bid was moving, but the ask was just stuck at 980. So I just took some half off there. But I wanted to leave half on because you could see let me bring this up. This morning, you can see there's no no shorts, no shares are short. Yesterday at like 5:55, which is right before SureTrader supposedly shuts down, there were shares. This said 100,000. We were still on 50% margin, but because of the run up yesterday, but there were shares to short. So I come in this morning and I'm looking to add at 8 o'clock. I was going to add another, 100 to it, and there were no shares to short. But you can see right now it's just being held up. The 200 here started out around $8.30 some cents this morning. Is now up to 8.56. So as far as how far this can go down, it's just some what we typically see on these is just a lot of manipulation, which is why I don't trade these when the market is open. They're easier for me to trade aftermarket, pre-market, because I can make more sense out of what's going on. But now Ah, my platform is messed up. I messed it up here. All right, there we go. Now we back right. So what I want to do is just put out, I don't, I don't want to give up the last 50 shares. I kind of want to hold it to see how far this thing is going to go. But what I'll do is put out a bid for my last shares at 850, just in case while we're talking and whatnot. I won't miss it. But I kind of don't want to, and I really don't want to give up because I can't add anymore. I can't get any more. And I'm not going to pay them to locate, which is probably what they want us to do now. So that's not going to happen. All right, so let's take a look at what's going this morning. We've got one on earnings, FAST. That's the only one on earnings. These other three are untouchable for me this morning. TLRY, stay away from. Obviously NVCN, PYX, they're both. This one, maybe a little tradable. I didn't like the way it traded yesterday. It only has an 8 million share float, which makes it difficult to trade once the market opens. So I don't really mess with those lower float stocks. And that's why I see it. They're tradable pre-market and after market for me because they don't move crazy like they would, when the market is open. But we'll take a look at PYX, though. We'll take a look at it. All right, so where's my charts? All right, here we go. So FAST, take a look at that one first. Did y'all see what PPG did after market yesterday? That thing was weak all day, and then it just exploded after the close. All right, so FAST, we are here on earnings. We've got below the 200. Let me clear this. I'm just going to clear the drawing so I can start over. All right, so whenever I've got all of that in there, it's kind of hard to see what's going on here. And this will probably be the floor today. So I'm looking for the pivots that are kind of in between here. So yeah, now I see why there are a lot of lines around here. We've got a ton of support in through here. It's pretty crowded in through here. We've got a small gap right here. Not much, just a small gap. So it's got potential. It's got potential. So we'll definitely put that one on our watch. And we'll look at PYX. At what it did. You can see what it did yesterday. Big sell-off. I don't expect much right now. I don't expect a whole lot today. I mean, this thing could get going, you know, but I don't really foresee much. But yeah, it does have potential. But like I said, this is a lower float stock. This is not one that I would like to trade. But that low, you know, 30.76 is it's kind of a pivot here. Then we got one in through here. So, but I don't think I got any shorts on this. Let me see. I think that's going to be the game now. Well, we've got 33% margin restriction, but we do have shares of PYX. All right, so that's not much today so far. You know, FAST is really the only thing that I'm seeing for me anyway. Let's see. Do we have anything over here that may have a little bit higher float? USL, that's not one that I typically trade, but we'll take a look at that. We've got FAST. Let's take a look at ASML. It's a little bit out of the small account price range right now. But let's take a look at it. No, in a couple weeks, should be able to grab, 100 shares of $170 stock. By next week anyway, we should be able to do that. Should be well on the way. All right, let's take a look at this real quick. What's the catalyst behind this move? Did it get a downgrade? I don't see anything. Yeah. No, don't see much of anything. Might have to keep looking. Have to keep looking. It had an ugly daily chart up until the last month, and it started to look good. Because I never really traded this. If you see how choppy this daily chart is, and it wasn't until in through here that we started getting some smoother price action. But I don't know what the deal is with this, so I really can't mess with it right now. So we're kind of in this window here. Kind of in through that window. But like I said, it's too rich for my blood right now. So can't mess with it. So far I've only got FAST on watch. Well, it's like a slow start to the morning. Excuse me. We don't have any, any good stocks today. After the market closes on earnings. Really, this week, there was none this week that we could look at for earnings play out the market. So what we're going to do is just wait till next week to pick up the earnings class, because we don't have anything to look at this week. I mean, absolutely nothing. So we'll pick up the earnings class next week, and we'll have more than we want to look at. Will be kind of hard. Baba broke some hearts yesterday. It kind of traded a little sketchy yesterday. It made a 52-week low. But it broke some hearts yesterday. Let me put it up here. I don't know what's up with McDonald's. Hasn't hit anything for me yet, so I haven't even looked at it. All right, so Baba. Then Tesla, I'm going to be looking at it again today too. See, Baba put in a 52-week low yesterday. And, you could tell, and this is what we do. We talked about this before. How, inexperienced retail traders and some experienced traders do get baited in on this. Whenever you're making a 52-week low, once it breaks, these guys are waiting for retail traders like us that like to buy breakdowns or breakouts. So if it breaks below the 52-week low, they know there's going to be a lot of people jumping short. So they buy into us. While we're shorting, they're covering their positions. And, that's how they make their money. And as they cover, it causes, a lot of times it'll cause these spikes. Yesterday, the best place to short this was a rejection of the 200 here. But then you had to deal with all of this support that it fell through. It tried to bounce again when it made a lower low. It wasn't ideal, but you can see it was real choppy on the way down after that. So I don't know. I mean, this is in my price range, but we're making another 52-week low. So we'll see. We're not so oversold just yet. We're just a tick above 30. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I mean, if it pops up on something later on today, then yeah, I'll be I'll be maybe be a player in it if it does anything. Okay, Gab, let's take a look at MCD. What did it get? Analyst upgrade. Analyst upgrade on unjustifiable valuation discount. I'm not going to even read that. But that's probably why it gapped up. Not sure how much volume it has right now. But who knows? This may be a start, for it to run up to high day. 52-week high. Who knows? Thomas, I'm actually trading live right now. Got this position on. So yeah, we'll be trading live when the market opens as well. This one came right down to the 200. But this is the 200 EMA. The one I was looking at, I need to change this. The one I was looking at was the SMA. That's the one that I was looking for it to come back to. I don't want to give up. Now, I would have covered this down here, but I don't want to give up the last 50 shares I have of this short if it's going to wash out like I was anticipating it to do. I was looking for it to come back to here. That's why I got in last night. We had the normal spike, and that was just short-lived, and it has been doing relatively well. We've got the bounce here, but at 9 o'clock, people coming in, it got bought up, but I'm still looking for it to fade. But I don't want to give up the last 50 shares I got unless I have to. If it recovers and looks like it's going to make a run up or squeeze, then I'll get out. But I don't want to give up the 50 shares that I do have left. Yeah, so FAST is going to be stock on my watch. If it's not on my scans, I'm not even looking at it. So MU, I don't see anywhere, so it gets no love from me. If I didn't practice that discipline, I'd be all over the place, never locking in on a stop. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that we make as day traders is we It's like we're always searching. And what it does is it just takes our focus away. Okay, CAG is public offering. All right, let's keep an eye on PVYX. PYX, sorry. So I'll be watching those two. Probably won't trade it, but I'm gonna keep it on watch. So we'll watch FAST and PYX. To start out today. Alright, so FAST, man, just our luck. It's still going. 52.37 is a level here. Then, let's see, we'll do 53.01. We'll just do 53. I can't put in the ones below here, but we've got 51.76 is the next one. And so I don't want to see this selling off into the open. I don't want it to take up. And what happens on a lot of these, the whole trading range gets taken up pre-market. Unless you're trading these pre-market, you don't make money on them. So once the market picks up a little bit, you're going to see more pre-market trading. You know, I'll take these pre-market. Like right here, this was a good move here, but we couldn't actually trade it until 8 o'clock, you know, depending on what broker you're in. You know, Speed Trader, yeah, I could have jumped on this way back here. But, you know, Sure Trader and CME Group and a lot of the other smaller brokers or brokers that cater to smaller accounts, you can't trade until like 8 o'clock or later. And see, by 8 o'clock, this move was already done. So all we could look for here is a bounce at the open. Some type of recovery if we're going to short this. If not, I mean, it's just no. Nothing there. Nothing there. And let me do it down here. And this one is trying to bounce or recover or whatever. But I've already booked some profit on it. So I've already locked in over a point from my entry last night. Bum, ba, bum, ba, ba. Bum, 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 bum. No, it's 9 a.m. Central, which means it's 10 a.m. Eastern. So the conference call kicks off at 10 o'clock on FAST. Kicks off at 10 o'clock market time. John, to be honest with you, all of my furniture on the front porch and the deck and patio are still zip tied to the rails from Florence. You know, our cabinets are still packed with food. I still got like 10 gallons of gas in the generator full. I still got everything ready from Florence that we never had to use. So, yeah, we're ready for whatever Michael brings us. The good thing is Michael will be faster. You know, it won't just sit here and spin for a couple of days. It'll just keep going. Yeah, you're right. When you live in the South, you're ready from August to December. You know, the summertime, you know, toward the end of the summer, you get your generator ready. Make sure you got everything in place. Make sure you've got your plan. No, but all this comes from Boy Scouts. You know, I used to teach the emergency preparedness class for the merit badge and all that stuff at summer camp. So, oh yeah, Tallahassee, y'all gonna get hit. Especially in Florida, you gotta be prepared. Okay, see, this is what is what I'm looking at on YGYI. You've got the shorter term indicators, these shorter term moving averages. They're showing some downward pressure, you know, with the exception of the 9. You know, that one moves pretty good. But the 20, the VWAP, the 50, the 90 all show kind of downward pressure. But look at how the 200 is ramping up today. So this tells me we're going to have some solid support at some point. What I'm looking for and what I want to see to catch this last piece I've got is, you know, a quick sell-off and a test of this. A quick sell-off through this that's going to test this 200, and then I'll be out, and this thing will probably squeeze today. Well, for fast, I'll be looking for an opening trade. You know, obviously, that's the first thing I'll be looking for. But if it doesn't set up, then, you know, I'll have to wait. You know, but if it sets up for an opening range trade, you know, we should be done by 10 o'clock. There shouldn't be any reason why we wouldn't be done by 10. So, Oh, Justin, you got the night off. As long as they pay you, it's a good thing. That's what I hated about working at school. I mean, yeah, it's cool that we had all these days off, but whenever we had a day off for inclement weather or a couple of days off, like when we had that big flood and the school was closed for like over a week, then we had to make up those days, like on Saturdays and all of that stuff, and that sucked. Even though the governor excused all state employees for those days and said that we could get paid, the school still made us, our school district still made us come in and work those days. I didn't do it. You know, I turned in, when they asked us to turn in our timesheets, I turned in the declaration for the governor. You know, I never went there on Saturdays. Yeah, well, they didn't do it like with Florence. The kids were out for the whole week, and we didn't get anything. But it was the coast that really got pounded. You know, so they really sat out for no reason at all. So this time, I guess they're gonna wait and see what happens. But this is supposed to be a faster moving storm, so it's, you know, it may cause some quick damage, but other than that, that's about it. Yeah, Darius, that's exactly what I told him. And you know, I turned in that executive order. That was an executive order signed by the governor. So you know, you find a copy of it online on the news site, and I just turned that in because they can't, you know, hold that against you if the governor excused all state employees. And technically, as a teacher, we were state employees. So they paid me. They never docked my check for any of that. So I guess that worked. So this is still sitting. Now what I'm going to do is put in a stop on this so that if it does pop, now it may take me out. It may take me out before the market even opens. But if it doesn't, I will put in a stop, you know, a hard stop, so that this doesn't go against me. And, you know, cut into the profit I've already taken on it. But I'm just holding on because I want to be in it in case this thing flushes and takes me out, you know, and hits my target. So I want to still be in. You know, ordinarily I would get out, but then this stock I wouldn't trade at the open anyway. But if this was a typical stock I would trade, what I would have done was gotten out and wait for another setup to get in. But since there are no shares to short anymore, and I'm not going to pay ridiculous locate fees on a low float stock that, you know, the margin's restricted on, doesn't make sense. So I just want to hold on to these last shares to see if we get this flush. Yeah, because Baba was a bear trap yesterday, just like Tesla was. So, you know, I would wait. Just like, I mean, even though people waited yesterday a little bit, they still got trapped. So, you know, you just kind of have to give it a little bit of extra time. No, I'm short. See this right here? Minus 50 and it's red. That means it's short. This is the bid I have out to cover my position, you know, if it hits that price. So anytime you see in my order window right here, if it's red, it's short. If it's green, it's a long position. Up here is going to be, you'll see my stop orders or, you know, my targets. Like here, my target is 850 on this. So if it sells off to 850, it's going to hit. Now, just after the open, and once the bell rings, you'll see me put in a hard stop if I'm still in this. And that's going to go up here too. It's going to be a buy order. You're welcome. So I've got to meditate for about 5 minutes and get my head ready for the market. Let's close out these. We don't need these anymore. Oh, Mike, I know why you got confused. Um, you only see the one entry, but this I shorted this like around after 5 o'clock yesterday, so I held it overnight. So that's why you don't see the short entry. You know, the short entry was 1082. But I covered half of it this morning here at 980. That's why you it might have looked like it was long. Yes, today is Wednesday, so I kind of resurrected the sneak peek Wednesday that I used to do back in the day. I'll do it, you know, for 4 or 5 times so I can get some new videos, because the videos in there now are from, you know, last year. And things are a little bit different now. A lot of different. Alright, excuse me. Do my stop. So I can put it out there once the market opens. Trigger price. I mean, for me, this is already a failed, not a failed trade. It just didn't follow through. Now I was expecting it to follow through back and retest these lows here, but it didn't do that. So failed follow through. Also, I didn't have to use margin on this, so I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to pay any fees for using margin because it was my equity. It was within my equity. All right, 90 seconds. "90 seconds. Now, we expect this week to be pretty slow. No doubt about that. So Baba is selling off before the open. And you'd have had to grab that. Yeah, if we get a bounce on this, I'll let it sell off. If we get a bounce, I'm gonna wait. All right, so I got my hard stop in case this goes, but my target, I'm looking for 850. I was hoping it would dip real quick and take that sucker out, but it didn't. So that's on autopilot right now. Let's look at FAST. Wow. This thing bounced off that level. Look at that. Look at Tesla. Now, you know, I do have Tesla on watch. And I will watch Baba, but I'm not going to let it fool me like it fooled a lot of people yesterday. I'm going to wait. You know, same thing with I'm gonna wait. Same thing with Tesla. Oh man, I thought we were getting there, but it hit the shoot. The 200 is at 875. All right, let's do this. Put one at 875. So we'll just do that. Turn my attention back to FAST. Damn. This is not, I mean, it's taking out every opportunity that we have. And these are the days where you just, I mean, I know it can get frustrating because you really want to take a trade. But these are the days that you really have to exercise patience. It's like it's gonna run all the way up to the 50 on this candle. I have no trading range. Man, Tesla, oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh man. I can't chase Tesla down here. I gotta wait for a bounce. I'm not gonna chase it. I need a bounce. Well, this morning has turned into a non-event. Yeah, there's no trade for me right now. FAST was a nice breakout, but that's not what I wanted. That wasn't what I was looking for. Was not what I was looking for.
Amount.
This stinks. You know, none of this is tradable for me. Alright, so we got, see, shoot, the only thing working is YGY. We got hit.
Amount.
My final target's going to be 825. If it can test the low right here. Actually, I'll put it at 8 just in case. And can take this off. And put my stop back at where do I need to put my stop? Is it going to be a 0.975? So we're going to drop it a 0.975.
Amount. Pigs.
Man, I wish I could get some. Can't believe all of a sudden they have no shares at short. It sucks. So I'm looking for a bounce on Tesla. I'm looking for a bounce back to VWAP and a rejection, and I'll get in. FAST just is broken. There's nothing there. So all I got is to manage this little position I've got left on YGYI, which, if this is the only trade that pays me today, you know, that's another little piece added to this account. So PYX is selling off. I probably should have paid more attention to that. And gone ahead and taken it. Because that was a classic opening range breakdown there. And it's still in play. I mean, it's still in play. I can still get this. So let's wait and see if it's going to close below the opening range low and trigger us. PYX, yep, we're showing shares are short right here. I mean, it's on margin restriction, but we've got shares. YGYI is the only one that dried up this morning. No trigger on fast. Fast is dead. Setup's broken. So no trigger on fast. Only thing I can do it fast is wait until after the conference call starts and, you know, see if we get a setup later on. But right now it's broken. this PYX, the chart that you're looking at right here.
CRM.
I was looking to see if it's going to close. There's no trade on this just yet. Christian, fast. The conference call is coming up at 10 o'clock. So, there's no trade on it right now. Yep. See why you got to wait for this thing to close below this level. It dipped below it, so it could have baited people in that were buying on the break. And, this could push up and stop you out before the move actually happens. So always wait on that. See, FAST, yeah, you could buy it off the VWAP here, but my issue is you've got the 50 here, you've got the 100 day here, and the conference call coming up. So that pauses me on this. Now, I would have taken the opening range breakout if it had a clean setup. It didn't have a clean setup. So whenever a stock doesn't give you a clean setup, you wait. And you wait until you get a clean setup. There's no reason to force the issue. Especially when we're, focused on growing our account. And the one thing that's so hard for a lot of new traders to visualize, it's like you could trade and bust your ass all day and end up, in the hole $100 or whatever. And then you could be patient, take one trade, may not follow through 100%, but, it gives you end the day with, $50, $60. Look at the swing in your account. You could be down 100 or you could be up 60. Technically, that's a huge gain. Especially when you're growing your account, because then you got to think about it. $60, $60. Let's say you do that 3 days a week, $120. That's going to give you, extra buying power. So it allows you to trade, larger dollar stocks that may make larger moves or that have larger move potential. That's what it's all about. No, everybody wants that quick hit. That quick hit. Where they can go from $1,000 to $10,000 in the blink of an eye. And it's just not realistic. Is the potential there? Yeah. You catch a stock like a stock like this did yesterday. You get in 1,000 shares of this and it goes up. Let's say it goes up $10. Hey, you got it. But how often does that opportunity present itself? And when it does, what's the likelihood of you being in the right position at the right time? Yes, I always mark it in. I'm not trading low float, fast moving, fast running stocks. On the float is always manageable, so it's a no-brainer for me to mark it in. It ensures me getting in the trade.
Keys.
So very little chance of slippage in that respect. But I wouldn't suggest doing that if you trade these, low dollar, low float runners. Because in a split second between the time you click the button, you could have a 50, 60 cent slippage.
MT.
So I just do not mess with those. I don't go in. If the spreads are, let me pull it up right quick. Now you're looking at the spread. Here the spread's like 25 cents at one point.
BIDU.
I'm only going to go in like 100 shares. If you've got a stock like this that has these huge spreads, I would only go in 100 shares. Specifically because if you have a 25 cent spread, as soon as you go in, you're going to be down $25. And that's half of what my stop's going to be. So, got to go in with smaller size. But the way this stock is trading, this is a low dollar, low float running stock. And these are the ones that I typically stay away from. Or if we trade this, it's going to be with some small size. And Tesla just won't bounce today for some reason. Any other day, Tesla would have bounced by now and run all the way up to get, and I'd have been able to get in. Tesla's not bouncing from me today. And then too, no, I was looking at something else. It's not right. It's not right.
BIDU.
The big thing in this trading is you got to find your comfort zone. Are these the stocks you're comfortable with? Do you like the fast moving, adrenaline, pumping stocks? Or do you like the smooth, slower moving, trend following type things? No, that's what you have to decide. And then once you do,
TIF.
then you work on perfecting that. I just got a message that I'm live on YouTube. I've been live for over an hour. This thing is late. All right, you're welcome. So, the only thing working today YGYI. And it looks like I have my bid here at 25. Looks like it may have hit 25. But I stretched it out a little bit. This is yesterday's low right here.
ADSK.
But I got it at 8. So if I can get 8 on this, that's a win.
TIF.
Yeah, fast. That's what I was saying. Fast at this point, fast isn't a good trader. Wait till after the conference call.
GLW.
That's my
ADV.
That's my advice.
SQ.
Wait till after the conference call. Yeah, if you like PVX price action, that's a trigger for. We got to close below the opening range low. I don't like the price action, so I'm staying away from it.
Roku.
But I'm gonna tell you what was making me mad is Tesla.
BIDU.
I cannot believe Tesla didn't. It did me so wrong today. You did me so wrong, man. I thought we were buddies. I thought me and Tesla were tight. Yeah, we were road partners, man. Look at what it did.
SQ.
Any other day, this freaking stock would have bounced.
TVIX.
And it would have had a strong bounce. Right up, testing red to green.
ADB.
Jeez. Yeah, SQ hit the reversal scan, so that's what I'm looking at. We're running into support here at 81.53.
MCHP. AABAAL. TVIX.
We've got a daily pivot here. Looks like it's not going to hold here. See if I can find another one. SQ. Man, under that, it's a free fall.
TSLA. ADSX, ADNT, ADSK, DWDP,
And this is a 50 right here. We may be getting a bounce here. Let's take a... Alright, we're going to grab some here on this bounce. See if we can make it run back up to the, see if we can make a run up to the 50 here. If we close below this 81.54 level, then I'm going to take it off.
AAL, on, CSX,
Yeah, if it can't hold, then we got to take it off. That's just, you know, what has to be done.
Momo, ADSK, AAL, TDOC, V,
Or if it makes a lower low. So I'm going to put I got to put my stop in
ADB,
just in case.
SQ,
Yeah, that's why I had to put my stop in. It's going to sell off some more. It's still coming. It's still coming.
Dow, EIDU, DWDP, Momo,
Man, what the hell's going on with the market here?
PYPL,
Man, I should have... Oh my gosh. This market's getting killed.
SQ,
Man, I should have flipped this thing
GLW.
short. Look at this.
TDOC, UNP, AABA, V, ADSK,
Oh my gosh.
ADB, TDD, ADB, Dow,
Wow.
CSX,
Are you kidding me?
JBLU.
Unreal.
PYPL. AAL. DAO. UNP. DWDP.
Now this time I'll wait.
UTX.
Because I tell you, that's what I said. Under, let me come on. As I said, under this, it's a free fall. So my plan was to try to catch this bounce back to the 50 and then short it. But we didn't get the bounce when I wanted it to. But see, this is a pretty big window. There's nothing here. Nothing in this at all. So if we get a bounce, I'm taking this short.
AAL.
Yeah, it may grab VWAP.
PYPL.
So gotta be patient. Nah, I don't trade TVIX. Gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. Gotta be patient.
Momo. Sigh.
Yep, wait. Yep, Tesla's trying to bounce. I need a bounce on Tesla. I need a bounce on this SQ to get short.
Sigh.
Come on, baby, push. There you go.
NWL. DWDP. Sigh.
And this is the hardest part in trading, is sitting here waiting for the setup to occur. I'm waiting on Tesla. I missed the big move today.
DWDP. AAL. AABA.
Missed the big move today, but let's see if we can get the secondary move.
JBLU.
All right, Mr. Tesla. What do you have in store for me today?
DWDP.
What do you have in store for me today?
ADNT. AABA.
All right, Mr. Tesla, let's get to work.
On NXPI.
All right, so we got. Let me bring this up real quick so you can see it, and then I'll flip it back because I'm still trying to catch SQ.
NWL.
I'm still trying to catch SQ in my small account, so.
ADNT. Psi.
Alright, so there's an entry on Tesla. I kind of waited for the 2 minute to confirm. So stop's going to be pretty tight on this right now. It's going to be, over this. If we put in a new high here, I'm going to leave it.
DWDP.
I will leave it alone. But I want to catch
NWL.
I'm waiting on SQ to see what we're going to do.
ADNT.
We're still pushing. Still pushing, still pushing, still pushing. It's like pulling teeth. It's like pulling teeth. Oh, no wonder this is looking crazy. I'm looking at it on the wrong chart. Excuse me. Oh, well, looks like the market has slowed tremendously. Yeah, people must have gotten happy in that in that conference call. They must have gotten happy. Oh man, SQ. This is gonna keep going. ETFs are securities that I would swing trade versus day trade. I would look at, um, what sectors are taking a hit or which ones are going up, and usually use ETFs to maximize that. But day trading ETFs, I don't get into that. And see, this is typically the time of day, the big retail traders are done for the day. They're packing it up and they're going in. They're like, okay, enough is enough. We're done. We're going to shut it down for the day. So Tesla is not going to pay today. Alright, so it's SQ rolling back over. I gotta wait for this candle to close. I'm not gonna chase it. Gotta wait for this candle to close. And I tell you, if SQ nails me this time, it's going to be on my no trade list. Alright. So if it nails me this time, it's going on my no trade list. was supposed to go in with 50 shares. Ugh. I was supposed to go in with 50 shares. Hope it doesn't come back to haunt me. The spread isn't that big. The spread is only, anywhere from 3 to 10 cents. That's not a big spread at all.
CA, 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 CA.
$50. Now, what is wrong with this?
CA, 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 CA.
Come on, baby. Don't do me like that.
CA. 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 CA.
So I'll put a target out here for 80.25 for the first target. See if it can get hit. I feel so much better if it hits my first target. The first target's 80.25. 80 is where I would want it to be, but I think that's a little bit, that might be asking too much the way this is trading. But if this doesn't work, SQ is on my no trade list. Tesla is trying to fight back as well. If it can get under this 252, Tesla may make something of itself.
PSTG.
May make an honest man of itself. Because SQ nailed me yesterday. It already nailed me once today. 3 times, 3 strikes, you're out. I'm done with it. 3 strikes, phew, I'm done. Look at this. Look at it. Garbage. Just plain garbage. I mean, look at the downward pressure, and it's getting bought up. People are just buying into this thing. Why? Why? Why are you guys buying this garbage? Yeah, Vincent, the thing is,
PSTG.
those low dollar, low float stocks are always going to be margin restricted. For some reason, they're always margin restricted. Alright, I'm done for the day. This isn't going to work. I can tell you that right now. This is not going to work. Shit. 81. Gotta put my 50-cent stop in.
PSTG.
This isn't gonna work. SQ is officially on my no trade list. Officially on my no trade list. Alright, but any stock like that with low volume, with low price, with a small float, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be margin restricted. Because the problem is inexperienced traders they use all their buying power to load up on one stock that somebody says is gonna move or gonna be hot or whatever. They load up on it, and then when the stock goes the other way, they lose all their money. And sometimes traders lose more than they actually have. So brokers are going to protect themselves. So if they feel that there's something that could really hurt somebody, or that people can blow their accounts up on, they're going to restrict margin.
PSTG.
Because you got to think about it. It's not your money. You know, they're lending you that money so you can trade larger size. So that's, you know, that's where that comes in. Yeah, sometimes the, you know, shorts do dry up. You know, last night when I got in YGYI, there were tons of shorts. But today, nothing. So, I mean, it happens. Now, I can have a little conspiracy theorist mind and say, you know, now now that SureTrader offers this, you know, short locate service, you know, they're going to dry up the shorts and you're going to have to pay to locate them, which they'll make more money off of you. But they're just doing what all the other brokers do. You know, Speed Trader, IB, Centerpoint, you know, they all charge you to locate shorts. So, you know, but you're right. That's why I do not trade those low dollar, low float stocks. Because this is the situation and the headaches that we always deal with. Come on, Tesla, god dog it. Don't make me curse this morning. Every time I get my stocks going in the right direction, the damn SPY wants to bounce. Really? Like I said, SQ is on my no trade list from now on. Just like X, it's on my no trade list. It was on there for a minute, and I don't know why I took it back off. But now I'm living to regret it. Alright, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed hanging out. You know, I'm going to call it a morning and then come back after lunch, and, you know, we'll see if anything kicks off after lunch. If we get any breaking news or anything like that, then I'll, you know, do a recap tonight. But the morning's dead. You know, I don't foresee anything else happening. You know, maybe Tesla will sell off and give me a decent trade so I could have at least one decent trade today. I'll just have to wait and see. Time will tell. Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So you guys, we'll do this again next Wednesday. Should be a heck of a lot busier. We'll be right at the kickoff for earnings, and we should have a lot going on. So you guys take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day.
OEC.
And I will catch up with you guys next week.